Hello everyone, and welcome back to our mini kit rotation. We are on episode 20. This is the last episode for this portion of the rotation for our Let's Set Sail piece. We're going to try and do as much stitching on the boat portion of the ship as we can in this video. I doubt we'll even really finish this row because of how many stitches is in this row, but we're going to definitely try. No. If the railroading will agree with me, we will definitely try to get this row done. Oh, man. Sometimes railroading can be frustrating. Like, times like this when the thread will not separate. It can be frustrating. And there are other times that when you end up railroading, you accidentally end up sticking your needle through a small portion of one of the threads. Itchy ear. And when you pull it through and you try to railroad the next time, it won't let you because it's kind of stuck together. And some people say you can eliminate the need for railroading entirely if you just separate all of your strands prior to stitching. So you separate your 6 strands out and then combine your 2 strands together rather than pulling your 2 strands out altogether. I don't necessarily agree with that. When I do my railroading, it's regardless of whether or not I have actually separated out my threads. Usually I don't because I'm lazy. But the few times that I have done it, I feel like, personally, that the threads tangle even easier once you separate them. Because when you separate them out from the strand, they get all, I don't know, springy, I guess is the word. So, like, they kind of do what they're doing right now, which is just, you know, doing that, except you're doing them, whoops, separate. So now you've got 2 of them that are doing that separately of one another, so they don't line up, and then you have to get them back together and get them even. So for me personally, I feel like that's more hassle than it's worth. Of course, some people, you know, will find it much easier to do it that way, and more power to them. If they find a way to make things easier for them, then that works for them. That just doesn't really work for me. I don't necessarily agree with the idea that you can eliminate the need for railroading entirely if you just separate your threads out. I don't feel like it quite works like that. But, you know, everybody stitches differently, and everybody has a different style and a different experience, I suppose is the word I'm looking for, when they stitch. So what works for me will not work for you, and will not work for someone else, or it may work for someone else, but they have to adapt it to fit themselves, and so on and so forth forever and ever. Like, for me personally, like right now, I feel like when I get towards the end of a thread, my threads don't cover as much as they used to when the thread was brand new. So I'm getting towards the end of this thread, and I feel like the thread seems thinner. But I believe that's almost entirely perception, and that's not actually true at all, that it's getting thinner, because I obviously don't lose that much of my thread just pulling it through the fabric, but that's just how I've always felt with my stitching. So I feel like if you can look at a piece, you will see what was the beginning stitches of the thread and what was the ending stitching of the thread. But I don't think that's actually accurate at all. I think that's just my eyes telling me that it looks thinner when it actually doesn't. Because I bet right now if I looked at the sailing portion, I wouldn't be able to tell what thread was the beginning and what thread was the end. But when I'm stitching it, it feels like that. I'm just rambling on about nothing. We are over the 5-minute mark, so there we are. This is our stopping point for the week. We got a lot done. Like I said, we are almost completely finished with the actual stitching portion. So it'll probably take us all of next session to get the boat done with the amount of stitching that there is on the boat. But once we're done, we'll be done with the stitching completely. We'll only have the back stitch left to go. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying, please leave a like and a comment. And we will be starting on the Believe kit in the next episode. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.